Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we deep dive into everything fashion. Now today's topic is one that every designer gets asked at some point. How do I get inspiration for my next fashion collection? Hi, those who don't know me, my name is Siddhi Mapsankar. I'm co-founder of fashion label Mapsankar and founder of digital fashion learning platform called SEFT, where you can learn fashion online. So whether you are just starting your journey or are a seasoned designer already, finding inspiration is an ongoing process. But trust me, it's all around you, just waiting to be uncovered. So let's get into it. So one of the biggest sources of inspiration for many designers is nature. From the intricate patterns on the butterfly wings to the bold colors of sunset, nature is full of surprises. For example, Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen frequently drew inspiration from nature. Remember the 2010 collection with designs mimicking ocean life and forest? Yes, great collections, right? These were inspired from nature. Now, even closer to home, Rahul Mishra, a celebrated Indian designer, has beautifully woven nature into his collection. His use of delicate florals and intricate embroidery brings nature's beauty to life on the runway. So when I'm stuck, I like to take a walk. Who knows? The next flower might be an inspiration for a bold print or even the entire collection. Another amazing source of inspiration is art and culture. Visiting museums, flipping through art books, or even studying historical costumes can spark new ideas. For example, Christian Dior loved art and was strongly inspired by Impressionist paintings for the soft colors and textures that are so relevant in his collections. Closer to home, Masaba Gupta, she is known for her quirky prints. She often draws her inspiration from Indian art forms and traditional motifs. Whether it's tribal art or classic Indian temple designs, she mixes old world culture with modern aesthetics to create something really unique. Next up is travel and architecture, which are another gold mine for inspiration. Every city has its own rhythm, its own vibe. Now, the shapes of the buildings, the color of new landscape, or even local street fashion can ignite fresh perspectives. Take for example Zaha Hadid, the iconic architect whose futuristic designs have influenced designers like Iris Van Herpen, and her collections reflect the architectural shapes, bold structures, and even gravity-defying ideas. Or think about Anamika Khanna back home. She blends traditional Indian elements with global trends that are inspired by her travels across the world. If you look at the Gen X collection at the Lakme Fashion Week, it was inspired by world-renowned architect Daniel Libeskind, or even Zaha Hadid collection that we did at the subsequent Lakme Fashion Week. I would love for you all to check these collections on our website, and you'll get a deep dive into how we use architecture as our inspiration. And of course, we have music, films, and pop culture that has always been key to fashion inspiration. Now think of David Bowie's music and how it shaped the entire fashion movement, or how Gucci was influenced by films like A Clockwork Orange for their bold, eccentric designs. Or closer to home, we have Manish Arora, who is known for his maximalist style, and he often takes inspiration from pop culture or even Bollywood films. His vibrant use of colors and prints screams cinematic greatness. Next up, we have inspiration from your personal experiences and emotions. Now here's where things get really personal. Your own experiences and emotions can inspire a collection. What you're feeling, the people you meet, or even a memory can be the seed of an idea. Fashion is personal, and some of the most memorable collections come from designers' own stories. For example, in our journey, a collection at Mapsankar was inspired by English summer, which was greatly influenced by our frequent trips to London. Take for example Prabal Gurung, who often channels his Nepalese heritage and personal journey into his collection, blending it with modern silhouettes. It's emotional, it's raw, and it's very authentic. One of my collections was based on really meaningful experience in my life. Emotions flowed into that design, and the result was one of the most successful collections yet. Alright, so you've got your inspiration, but how do you translate this inspiration into a collection? First, I always start with mood board. I collect images, fabrics and colors that represent the theme I'm going for. Then I start sketching, experimenting with silhouettes and fabric choices. The design process is very thorough. In fact, at SEFT, in our intensive fashion program, we take a deep dive into the design process. Those of you who would like to understand our design process can definitely do this course at SEFT. So the key is to balance your creative vision with practicality. Always ask yourself, how can this concept be wearable yet innovative? That's the magic. Some of the tips that I can give is make sure that your inspiration is unique. Try to go for micro inspiration as opposed to macro. For example, don't make a country your inspiration. Instead, make a culture or a tribe which is very concentrated. I always tell my students and interns that the more concentrated your inspiration is, the better the outcome will be. So instead of becoming too generic with macro titles or inspiration, be very specific, because I strongly believe that the more specific you are, the more unique your collection would be. Also, many a times you will go through different rough patches where you may not get inspired by things around you. A magical tip I can tell you is let go of thoughts. Just do not seek inspiration, let it come to you. Sometimes all you need is a quiet time, or go for a walk, go for a vacation, or just sit by yourself. You never know, the right inspiration will come to you. What is truly important is you have the eyes of curiosity. There are billions of people on the earth, but the way they look at a particular thing is in billion ways. So if you can look at a particular inspiration with your perspective and create something unique out of it, why not? So always keep that curious lens on. So there you have it. Nature, art, travel, music, and even your own life experiences can be the best sources of inspiration. And the beauty of it, no two designers will ever interpret these influences in the same way. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and leave a comment telling me where you find your inspiration. Until next time, keep creating, and remember, fashion is all about expression and there is inspiration everywhere. Until I see you again, this is Siddhi Mapsankar. Lots of love. God bless.